regional victory.
And they should. They've been fighting to get to this point for such a long time, and now here's their first opportunity that they've had in, I swear, since Rogue was ever brought into the RLCS.
Yeah.
So you can definitely tell they're up, ready to go. They got to be feeling good. They've given themselves 2 chances at it, and it will be curious to see what they do. And I think Gibbs absolutely hit the nail on the head. That will be the biggest thing for NRG to overcome, is that control factor that every player on Rogue possesses.
We'll see if they can do it. This is the battle of saged veteran victories up against a new passionate nervousness. Rogue's team, none of them have won a game of this proportion. Heck, I don't think many of them have played in games of this level of magnitude. So dealing with the nerves, playing calmly and collectively, keeping their wits about them is going to be the key to victory for a team that has already beaten NRG today. They know they can beat this team, but can they do it on these stakes? Here comes Garrett through the air, looking for the double tap, drops it down, it's back up. Turinturo will take it away, but Justin's challenged him in the air, gets it over the top of him and back into the box. Cleared away by Taroko, but countered by Squishy onto the backboard. First kill is slow to this ball, but Garrett G's not up for it, so they'll be able to clear it just fine. Justin and Squishy fall back to play defense.
Oh, and NRG, you can feel a little bit of panic there as they rotate back on defense because they're not sure where Rogue is on the pitch. And that's one thing you cannot afford. You lose track of them, then you're going to find yourself in a bad spot quickly. So you need to find ways to play better defense. As quite a pinch favors NRG as they find the clear.
Important touches from Justin, who was completely out of boost. He had to make 2 stops with no boost. They bounced this one off the ground, off the crossbar, and it's out. First killer will get the clear. And now the flick over one. Garrett and Justin both commit on this, but Garrett will quickly turn in goal. Bounce off the wall and ground himself underneath Squishy. Now up for this to chase it onto the backboard. First killer will also meet it. Passes to Turn on the far wall. Plays it in the midfield. Justin onto the backboard once more. First killer dismounts but doesn't make contact. Here comes Squishy towards the goal. Blocked by Taroko. Garrett G to the wall. Justin lurking in the midfield waiting for the pass. He keeps it glued to the backboard, and first killer will get the clear, but it's straight to Justin. Onto the backboard again. Turinturo will pinch it to the far empty corner.
And again, there's that little bit of hesitance from NRG when they're on offense here. They're thinking that Rogue is going to find some of these touches, and there's a little bit more space than NRG might be expecting. A little physicality on the goal line. Taroko able to recover, though, as Garrett G went right at him. Squishy tries to pop it over everyone. First killer rotating into the net. This one going to get cut left by Justin, looking for Squishy, but I think the drive might stall here for NRG. Not sure they have the boost to try and sustain this.
Squishy tries to turn it around. Now first killer going to chase this ball, picks up and goes for the control instead. He'll flick Justin, but Garrett G quickly picks up that flick and responds at midfield. Now Squishy with lots of space, places to the far side behind Taroko. This is going to give them a nice deep positioning, but can they find the pass out? No. Turinturo out of the box will meet the ball and gets it away. Justin tries to put it onto the backboard, but defensive positioning from Rogue has been strong so far here in game number 1. We're past halftime, just under 2 minutes left to go. Nobody has found the back of the net. First killer is not able to clear this one out. Justin traps it in the box. Taroko goes for the dribble, and Garrett G puts it high. Justin and Squishy bumping into each other in the midfield, and Justin, first killer doesn't touch it. Squishy's gonna have to stall this ball, give Garrett time to get set up in net. His first killer's bearing down on him. In front of the box, shoots as Taroko. Garrett G blocks it, and they'll keep it away. Still scoreless with a minute and a half left.
That's beautiful coverage from Garrett G to go out and cut down that shooting angle, as now they might be in more trouble. Taroko wants a spot in the net. Justin able to get out there. You're right, the triple commit from NRG as that one stolen away. Squishy, I think he missed it. It's just left. Taroko was in time. And NRG, that was definitely the best opportunity. Justin can't finish it either. Everything going to reset here.
Don't blame Squishy for missing that shot. It was more of a clear. He had to get the ball away. The pressure was too great from Rogue, and he had a free touch. Here comes a shot blocked in front of the box. And now Justin up for this one will meet it before Turinturo can touch it, and Garrett G clears it away. Final minute of game number 1. Now best of 7. That's got to go the bracket reset for NRG to win. But here's Garrett towards the goal. It's high again. The crossbar for a third time this game. Justin can't get it. Squishy's there. First killer gets it underneath him. Garrett G's got to block it. Turinturo takes some time to trap the ball, and that's going to give NRG all the time they need to set up on defense. Final 30 seconds, and Rogue is trying with all their might. Justin blocks one. Follow up for first killer is good. Upper 90. Rogue's got the lead.
You cannot find a more frustrating start to a series for NRG than this one. So many great shooting opportunities, and it all comes down to one weird clear from Justin where it looks like it should have some more power, but it ends up just kind of falling off the nose as he flips sideways, and Rogue are finally able to capitalize despite really being pushed to the brink here multiple times on defense.
First kill into the corner, 26 seconds left, and NRG only down by 1 after that late goal gets scored, but with how defensive this game has been, goals have been hard to come by. First kill with the demolition on the 1, puts it into the box. Squishy falls off the ceiling. The dive bomb. 10 seconds left. Squishy up. Sends it towards the goal, but it's wide. Follow-up from Garrett. He's got lots of space. Can he work the magic? No. Blocked by Taroko. Justin up as time expires. It takes an upward bounce. First kill is there. Justin not able to get it through him. He clears it all the way into the back. Squishy now with the trap. He's going to have a bit of boost to work with, but the clear from Turinturo will do it. Rogue take game number 1 by 1 goal.
Turinturo played that ending very smart. It was really just making sure that he could react to Squishy if he got that solid, you know, what I like to call when you land and then instantly pop the ball back up. It's like kind of this quick release on a reset, and Turinturo gave himself just enough space to have the ability to react to it, but there was also close enough that if Squishy didn't get it, he could kill that ball and stop NRG from being able to follow that up. That was very well played from Turinturo to close that out. But look at Garrett G. How many shots did he have that were pixels away from going in this game?
Pixels, so close, and that is the name of game number 1. The crossbar, the greatest player for Rogue. NRG not able to sneak it under at least 3 times. We talked about how limited NRG was on offense in games 6 and 7 of the upper bracket finals, being limited to single-digit shots. Here they put up plenty, but weren't able to find the back of the net. My thing, though, Achieves, is how this series progresses. As it goes on, NRG is going to become stronger, and Rogue is going to become more nervous as they get closer and closer to winning it. Closing this series out is going to be the most difficult thing this Rogue team has ever done in Rocket League.
It's possible, but right now, they started off real strong. That was a lot of things to handle, and sure, they let a few things slip through, but they got away with it. So Rogue get the start that they'd love to see, and NRG not done yet with the pressure.
Yeah, they continue on. Squishy got up to that so fast, and now Turinturo caught down. Justin didn't have the read on what was a completely open net after both goalies jumped and couldn't find the read either. Now Garrett G through the air, flip reset, uses it late and puts it off the crossbar once more. Squishy off the post, and Taroko's got control on the counterattack. Garrett G will cut him off in the midfield, pick up midfield boost. Can he find the pass to Justin? Goes for it, Justin's airborne, and it's going to drop into the corner. Turinturo now through this guy on the counterattack. First killer looking to bump Squishy, but Squishy will jump over first killer. And now Taroko, pass 1. Garrett G picks it up. Taroko on the backboard. Thought he might have a chance at it, but the ball bounces high onto the ceiling. And we'll slow down for just a moment here in the midfield. Upward pass to Squishy. Backward touch, looks for the second one. Actually fakes him out. Here's the shot from Justin, blocked by Taroko on the ground.
And this game is going to be all about, can you make the challenges against the opposition when you're late to the ball just like that? Justin, it's all about, can you buy time? Because this game is going to spend so much time in the air, and a lot of it's going to be decided on, do you connect? Do you force the opposition off the ball with a bump, or can you at least tip it to delay?
Garrett G out of his corner. First kill in the sky. Justin will meet him, and this one nearly drops into the goal. Squishy gets a clear. The fall from Turinturo can't quite sneak it around the post. And Garrett G wins 1 challenge in the air. Turinturo with space into the midfield. Justin's there on the infield pass. Oh, the worst touch. Turinturo makes a mistake, and Justin capitalizes.
Yeah, the mistake really is just thinking that First Killer is able to instantly be on this ball. First Killer is actually rotating back at the same pace on the same line when that ball gets passed into the middle. And he sees that float out, and he says, well, I have to go and get it. The only problem is he has to waste time turning around while Justin's staring it down the barrel, and he just stole it away and gets a nice save as well to boot.
Turinturo tangled up with First Killer. Justin will just dribble this one out. Kind of wins the challenge with Taroko, and Squishy will win a challenge as well. This puts it into the Rogue corner. Justin over the top of 1, looking for the double tap, and puts it through. Oh, Taroko tried his best, but it wasn't enough.
You can feel this one, and that's the value of Justin. He knew exactly where First Killer was headed with that ball, and look at the control to stay on the line wherever that ball was bouncing out. Give a little spin, a little twist, make sure you can boost down and stay on line and nail that one.
I'm sure Justin had a technical reason for the loop-de-loop he did there.
Oh, absolutely.
It was so gorgeous. My goodness, I love Rocket League. Off to the corner. First Killer going to try and take this one out. 2:41 now with Rogue, yet to find a goal in game number 2. After winning game number 1, they have struggled to find any offense. It was just a 1-goal game for game number 1. Turoko puts it high. Justin now. Falling on this dual threat. Garrett G picks it up. First kill is going to try and get it through Garrett G. He plays it off to the lateral side of the field. Pass down the first kill. Infield pass. Squishy's up for it. Justin as well. Open net. Turoko. Turinturo going to try. Can he get the double tap? Justin's got the read to block it. Oh, what a read. Turinturo was on target too, but Justin recovers in time. And now lofted high in the sky. He's going to fall after this one. Blocks first killer and keeps it in the midfield.
Oh, free ball.
Oh, Garrett G up against two. Punts it. Turinturo going to try. Garrett G demolishes first kill and sets it up for Squishy. Justin hanging back a little bit, a 2-goal lead, a nice cushion for NRG right now with 1:47 left to go. Rogue knows all eyes are on them on offense. Here's first kill, a shot on target. Justin blocks it. Turntro's going to try, but Squishy's covers up the lane.
You can see Squishy a little bit of hesitation there as he was thinking about bringing that ball across because he was really focused on making sure he didn't get a bad touch. Garrett G beats two people, but Turoko's going to find the clear, and NRG definitely taking great care with every touch they have. They know that Rogue is going to start pressing hard, and they've got the mechanics to punish you from just about anywhere.
Yeah, Turoko there modifying his rotation to intercept that ball and play it to the other corner, saving them from an inevitable NRG third goal, which would all but seal game number 2. 1:04 on the clock, and Rogue has had their moments on offense, but only 3 shots to their name.
Ooh.
First killer will be able to get away from this one before Garrett G quickly overlaps on him. The tight rotation. First killer onto the backboard. Turoko tries, loses the challenge against Squishy, and Squishy goes for Turinturo. He'll take control of the ball, but kind of loses it off the wall, and now Justin pressure gets the flick on one, but Garrett G, we've seen Justin and Garrett do that exact combo. Justin tackles, and Garrett G takes over the flick.
And Turinturo, he's also trying to get NRG second guessing on defense here, but you're right, defense of NRG well layered. They've got the support in line that no matter what Rogue's throwing at him right now, they're a very tough nut to crack.
Justin off the backboard, long clear. First kill picks up in the midfield, but Squishy rotating in. Turoko's nowhere to be seen, and Garrett G will cover this up before Turoko and the third man can move up to keep the pressure on. 10 seconds left. A demolition on a Squishy opens up the backfield, but Turoko's not there to pick it up. Again, Garrett just causing chaos in enemy territory. Constantly intercepting the passes will end game number 2.
Oh.
Even a goal won't change things. NRG bounce back and tie up the series. We got a ball game.
An excellent game from NRG, and Justin well-deservedly getting the MVP. 2 beautiful goals, and you were asking about, not asking, you were talking about how you're sure there's a technical reason for the spins and twists, and there absolutely is. We can try and break it down a little bit more when we get into the highlights, but the crux of it is the reason you see a lot of twisting and spinning when you dismount off the sidewall like that is because when you change how your car is angled, it's changing the direction that your boost is pointing, which is just moving you left and right and up and down ever so slightly. And it's needed when you need those real tight double taps. So you're going to see it from Justin here because he needs to stay with the ball, and it's timing that boost to get that little kick down to the left and stay on target instead of overshooting it or diving too far. And you can only do that if you're twisting because they use arrow right and left a lot of the time to come off the wall a little smoother. So it's all about, getting the proper line, and that's why it looks pretty, but there is indeed technical reasons for it.
He is brilliant. The fact that Justin understands that control is part of why he's on top of Rocket League. Garrett G are gonna make contact. First killer now, and win another flick. This one's just barely off the crossbar. Turoko's up for the shot. Justin couldn't get there. First killer hounds him out of net, and Rogue's got the lead. An early goal in game 3.
Come out, punch him right in the mouth for this one. It's kind of Garrett G thinking first killer's going to jump, so Garrett G's playing the block, but first killer just knows Garrett G's not going to hit the ball, so he waits for him to jump over and puts the pressure on the guy in the net to open the way for Turoko.
Man, to go for a fake and then leave the ball for a teammate. Rogue playing like a championship team. See if they can close it out. Series now tied up. A reminder, best of 7 here. With NRG coming from the lower bracket, they have to bracket reset Rogue to take this down. Justin on the side here just waits for it, gives it to Garrett, frees goal of their life, and he still hits the crossbar. Wow, and Justin dismantled the defense, and the accuracy robs NRG of another goal.
And Turinturo also kicking one high as well, but you're right, Garrett G, he had a lot of options there. on terms of where to shoot the ball. He had the left side, he had anywhere in the bottom, but just didn't have the perfect approach, got a little too far under it, and sure, he beat the man, but he did not get it inside the frame.
Justin, now 2 drives in a row, has been a, I don't know, a nerve agent in the defensive skills of Rogue. Here comes a guillotine Turinturo.
Oh, nice challenge.
Able to pick it up, carry it away. Justin tries to drop this down, but first kill on the backboard. Rogue's backboard defense, absolutely rock solid in this grand finals.
And their ability to play defense from the backboard, from the floor as well. Because if you're not already parked up there on that backboard, it takes some very quick reads to get up there in time to stop NRG. Because you're talking about Justin being a problem for the defense. It's because he's so fast and making a lot of snap reads and trying to put a lot of pressure. And here he's right on top of another one. Turinturo on the goal line, able to kick it out to the corner.
Man, first killer's positioning there might have looked a little silly, but it actually was instrumental. It eliminated so many of the shooter's options and made it a possible save for Taroko. Well done on the retreat. Turn off the wall. Gonna block Garrett G, and Squishy's got to keep this one away. Manages to clear it to midfield. Taroko with some space, but Garrett G's trying to take it away from him. Has to play it to the wall, gets it to himself, onto the backboard, and Justin intercepts. Squishy now. Back in the midfield for Garrett. Turinturo puts it high. First killer closes on this ball, clearing it up to Turinturo on the wall, but Justin's there. NRG reading light years into the future here.
Squishy missed a boost. NRG's kind of going to be hamstrung here. They don't have the full strength that they need to try and be successful, and now he tries to get aggressive to just muscle it through, and it breaks the other way and kicks off the wall. Justin gets it out into the corner, but that's why you can't miss boost. You start taking risks because you think your team is going to need you. And then all of a sudden you're out of position.
It was a good challenge. And Justin and the gang here kind of benefit from a fortunate post bounce. Justin gonna get flicked by Turinturo. The Rogue offense has been flicking the daylights out of him. It barely bounces out. They get the block. Garrett G gets the savior medal. 2 minutes left to go in the game. Rogue holding on to their 1-goal lead though. NRG with, despite many opportunities, yet to score.
And that's what I want to know, how Garrett G keeps the composure on the goal line like that when you jump at a ball and completely miss it and you're still thinking to yourself, don't panic, we're okay. As that one gets out into the middle, and Justin able to tie things up as the pressure on the goal line. Taking a second look here, Taroko is floating around and Garrett G just gets right in his face.
Yeah, well done. The bumps, it has been a very bumpalicious tournament, to say the least. Space Station kind of reminding everybody, by the way, this is how you play Rocket League, and everyone's been like, oh, that was a good idea. We probably should keep doing that.
It is an effective strat.
Trying to get the clears here as NRG has tied the game back up. Taroko off the wall. Towards the goal. Justin sets this down. And now back in front, Taroko's got an option, but Squishy closes on that ball. Takes it away. And now the pressure on the other end. Justin's up for it. First killer. Gonna take it away from Garrett G, who now closes in. Squishy will be on the rotation. Garrett G loses control on this one. Justin closes in and into the corner now towards the goal. Nearly found it around the post, but first kill gets a long clear, and Squishy, wise positioning, passive, and in the back.
Yeah, wait there.
He had to be. There's been many long shots from Rogue in this game, and the bump on first killer, it's not enough. The shot from Justin's just wide. I don't actually know if he even had a window behind it there, but first killer is gonna find the clear in the final minute, tied up at 1 apiece.
Yeah, this is interesting. You can see first killer kind of going through the mental checklist, and that one actually comes out aces. Look at him size up this challenge here from Squishy. They're both kind of looking at each other, trying to gauge the speed and what they can do. First killer has the advantage of height, comes over the top of Squishy, smashes it past him. Turinturo's right there for it. Late lead for Rogue.
How does he get that shot? Turinturo finding a crazy angle over his shoulder into the net with 30 seconds left. They've got the lead. Can they extend it? They can. 3-1 Rogue in game 3.
And Taroko has been going for some tough shots in this game alone. You wouldn't really notice it if you went back and watched it, but he's been trying to get real creative with how he's shooting the ball. And this one, he actually disguises his shot angle because it makes it look like he's going top right corner, maybe top center. It's that late arrow that gets the ball angled all the way to the back post and beats Justin.
Oh, Garrett G's beat on this as well. 20 seconds left. First call onto the backboard. Rogue with security now to take the lead back in the series. Turinturo puts another one on target, just barely wide. The follow from first killer, though. What a read. He's over ready for the clear, and puts this game in the ground.
What a read is right. He's off stealing boost, and just looking at the defense, he's like, there's no other way that they can clear the ball. It has to come to this side. So makes a snap decision to turn right back around and is rewarded indeed. And that will 100% secure the win here.
8 seconds left, but it doesn't matter. Down by 3, maybe make it 4 on the double tap for Roco, putting them away in style. Rogue feeling hot here in the finals.
That was kind of the same thing that happened the last time they played in the winter final. Rogue was kind of taking turns about who was absolutely popping off here and really taking their opportunities when it really counts. And in this game, it's both Taroko and First Killer. 3 assists for First Killer, 3 goals for Taroko. Brilliant shooting and beautiful execution by all of them. And it's always nice, you know, when you're Turin Turo and you can just kind of drive around the pitch and say, cool, if you need me, I'll be around. But other than that, I'm kind of just another cog in the wheel right now. You guys are driving the boat.
Here, Rogue get 14 shots and hold NRG to just 6. Things starting to feel like they did in the upper finals. Rogue absolutely playing the best Rocket League of their life right now, but can they sustain it? The huge question throughout this entire thing. They've got 2 games under their belt now. They got to get 2 more to win this. And I'm going to be honest with Chiefs, if they can't do it in this first series, I really question whether they can do it in the bracket reset, because NRG are veterans of the long game.
But they are looking good. They might be veterans of the long game, but the last time NRG came from the lower bracket, they also got to that second best of 7, and then they just didn't have it in the tank to finish the job. So you're wondering if they could also have trouble in that second best of 7. If you remember that NRG versus Envy from, I believe it was Regional 1. I mean, that was that was in and of itself an instant classic. So Rogue definitely with a huge benefit of coming out of the upper bracket. And right now, I think their biggest asset so far is that they've been able to contain that pressure that Justin is trying to put on them out of the midfield. I mean, all that speed that they're bringing through and being able to challenge for the ball effectively on their own half has been a great boon for them. But you're right, you gotta keep it up as that one ricochets off the top corner. Turinturo is not gonna have a second look at. Oh, he was trying to prove me wrong. That would have been a 6 shot.
He was like, watch me, Achieves, you doubt. This is in the midfield, and Squishy's kind of trapped here. First, he's going to put the pressure on him. He gets 1 block, goes for the second, doesn't find it. Taroko's not going to be able to reach this ball in time, but he might get the pass back. Uses the wall to his advantage, goes for the bump on Squishy, and Squishy touches just enough of it to take it away from Turinturo. What a touch, and now Justin hounding First Killer. Garrett G and Squishy will see if they can get the first goal of Game 4.
And Rogue really busting out all the 1v1 techniques right there to see if they could get NRG off the scent of what was about to happen. It came down to a failed execution, redirect, weak clear. Garrett G misses the right side. It's pushed too far and a tight window, but one you need to hit.
Garrett G struggling with accuracy, off by pixels time and time again in this series. And you gotta wonder how different things would be if he was really firing on all cylinders. And can he get fired back up before it's too late? Right now, Rogue is playing so cleanly.
I really think NRG is the team where that kind of dynamic is where it just takes one. You need one sick play and they all instantly turn right back around. So can Garrett G turn it around? Absolutely. We've seen him do it before.
325, no goals. Justin rocking the legacy throwback NRG decal. Channeling old energy. As Garrett G tries, loses the challenge to Taroko. Now here's another shot. High. Taroko turned around on that one quickly. Gets blocked by Squishy, but the pressure on from Rogue. Justin will find a clear upfield. Is Squishy in position. Gets the demolition on the 1. Garrett G's got a little bit of space. Taroko's in front of him, but goes for the early flick, loses control, and Taroko takes over. Gets the challenge in the corner as well. Justin takes the boost to take it away from him, but the rest of Rogue not challenging the box enough to put the pressure on. Taroko couldn't get it done by himself, and will approach halftime, still tied at 0.
And you love to see that type of pressure from Rogue. If you can force NRG to take it across the net like that consistently, you'll eventually catch on to it, as they did in the previous game where First Killer was kind of just camped out over there on that other side after stealing boost. They'll be in position eventually.
First Killer through 2 into an empty backfield. The drag race against the defense. Justin wins the challenge, goes for a second one, but misses the read on Turinturo. He's down into the corner. Squishy will counter this time. NRG gets the read. Taroko and Squishy go neutral, bumps him off the ball, but Garrett G quickly closes the gap, and he's got Justin in tow. Pass out, get Justin up for it, got 2 defenders. Squishy gonna come in from the side, takes to the sky. Hits the ground. RGE looking for the read. Too many players in the air to read anything. RGE's going to go for it. First kill, it beats him to it. It's dropping. Dangerous turn. Throws there. Can't fit it under the crossbar, though. Bounces. He'll look to try and pass out to Taroko, but can't get it through Squishy. Justin and RGE come in as well. Clear it down the field, out of the corner. And a touch from First Killer pushes it to the side. Demolitions rain, though. Rogue, the third one in a row. 2v3 for about 10 seconds here for NRG. Is it enough? Onto the backboard. First free tap off the backboard. And RGE can't push it on target. They had to react, and there was nothing to react to.
Oh, and now they might be in trouble. That's also a real awkward touch, and Squishy doing well there to size up where that one was headed, despite having to rotate back into the net.
Oh, everybody's playing like a step behind the person with the ball right now. First killer tries. Justin will slow things down on the backboard. And a demolition on Taroko opens up some space for him. He's out of boost, though. Gets it over the top anyways. Sends it towards the goal turret. Gets just enough of a bumper onto it to send it away.
And I thought he was going to own goal that.
There was a chance. The pinch was maybe there, but again, they are playing so clean. An own goal would be such a demoralizing way to lose a game 4. Because again, into the final minute, we're scoreless.
It would have been a product of how he landed while fighting Justin for that ball. It was almost inevitable with how he landed and how his momentum was carrying him. But 0-0 OT, I'm liking the smell of that.
Well, it's a good. It's one of those, like, even if it was possibly an own goal, he has to make the challenge there, just because if you leave Justin with the ball, it's a goal 100% of the time. A demolition on the Squishy, and then on the Taroko. Things are crazy here. Justin trying. First killer crashes in. RGE misses on the wall. First killer's got some space, but doesn't go for it. Chooses to leave it. Turn leaves it for Taroko. They bump into each other on the rotation back. And things are just being a little bit haphazard here at the end of game 4. 11 seconds left. The kickoff might reset things. Justin gets it away. Final opportunity for Rogue. Taroko to Turinturo. Can't touch it. Squishy now. Down the field. Maybe one last opportunity in regulation for NRG. RGE to the corner. Justin's looking for it and sends it in. Oh my goodness. He barely catches the ball and they take the win.
Now Justin and RGE get this job done, but it's Squishy who opens the door. Look at him force the guy on the net to stop in the middle and leave a small window for Justin and RGE to have there on the right side. That one is a true 3-man effort from NRG to come up with the win right there, and well executed transition at 0 seconds.
4 shots for NRG in this game, all of them Justin. None of the shots from RGE actually even registered. And the one shot at the end actually goes through. 1 goal got scored here in this game. We're tied up at 2 apiece right now. And man, honestly, I thought Rogue had that game from about midfield to from mid game to the end. Achieves this. They played so cleanly. I can't believe nothing went in.
It's their turn to start pinging ones off the crossbar in this game. They were so close to turning in a lot of them, and there's that zone from Squishy forces, I believe it was Taroko, to drive back further into the net and not be able to cover that ball as it came into the middle. And NRG turned it into a goal. So now it's the shooting accuracy of Rogue that gets them into trouble. And NRG moving forward 1 step at a time. They know they need 8 total.
Yeah, and I mean, still Justin has to move up and challenge. There was such a small room for error on that shot. If it touches the ground, they go to overtime, making advantage of the one last opportunity. And the fact that, like, from 7 seconds left in the game to the buzzer beater, because that went in right after 0, we see they almost win it. Rogue almost wins it on offense, and then have to fly it back and they lose it on the defense. Like, that's how fast this game can turn around. NRG knows this better than anybody. We'll see how things go. This game will put one of the teams on match point.
I would be very wary of Rogue whenever they're on offense in this game. They were really trying to get inside the mind of NRG and just throw them for as many crazy loops as they could think of. And thankfully there, Taroko is a little bit too far away to find a follow-up, but you need to stay vigilant if you are NRG on defense in this game.
Man, how about the NRG demo game in game 4?
Wow.
There wasn't any of them that turned. Yeah, none of it turned. None of it was like, oh, I got a demolition and a goal immediately followed. But the pressure we've seen from Rogue, if you're constantly demoing them in the midfield as they're trying to move up, you just change up that pace so much. They have to constantly reset. NRG breaking up their positioning.
It leaves those gaps in the midfield and throws off the timing of the supports and gives extra time for the opposition to get ready. As first killer able to take away a shot from Justin. But you're right, the demos in the midfield gave NRG a lot of extra space to work with, and in fact, it was the physical gameplay that even gave them the opportunity to win in the previous game.
Oh, Justin's gonna try and put this one on pressure. First killer pops it up high, but here comes Squishy for the follow-up. Off the backboard, and is not gonna be able to follow it up himself. Justin and Garrett both resetting. Won't be a shot, but this ball pitched to Squishy. He's got lots of space. Gives it back to Garrett, and Garrett was not ready for that pass. He tried to reach it in time, but it bounces to the sky. And now Justin dropping it to Garrett once more. Garrett's already turning around. First killer gets the clear for free, and now looks for a double tap. Squishy's able to break it up, and now first killer put the pass out to Taroko. Gets both Garrett and Justin to bite. Where is Turnturo? He's all the way in the back. They won't have that immediate follow-up, but no clear from NRG. The infield pass is good.
Wow.
How does this one turn into a goal?
Because it all goes back to that double commit from Garrett G. He was staring up that first attempt, so he didn't actually know he was double committing, so he's out of position, and they leave Justin kind of alone in the net with a small amount of boost, so he doesn't feel comfortable trying to go up the wall or try and jump to challenge it. So he has to kind of wait and see the angle of that pass into the middle, and then the speed from First Killer gets him there.
First Killer's going to try and put more pressure on following kickoff. And the half rotations from Rogue, we're seeing kind of one from First Killer here, but Taroko in particular has constantly been aggressive. He's in the corner, gets the pinch through two. Somehow that makes it across the goal. There were 3 NRG players in that corner, and Taroko got it through all 3 of them. And now here he goes again, out of boost, but still moving forward into enemy territory. First Killer looking for the bounce off the corner. Taroko's going to try and size this one up. Garrett G blocks just enough of it. And Squishy over 1. Here's Garrett with the shot. First Killer will happily pop this one up. Justin will trap it. Somehow neutralizes that in the air. They just catch it and drop straight down. Garrett G over 1. Justin through the sky to the corner. Garrett G to try. Gets it in front. Justin's now reaching for this to set. Drop it to Squishy, who puts it up. Double tap. No, he puts it off the crossbar 2 times. They cannot beat the top woodwork.
Yeah, he just didn't have the time to get all the way back around that ball. This one is awkward for Taroko, and Squishy, again, he's playing a little too close to really have a good shooting angle. And Justin is in damage control mode right now.
Trying to keep it trapped in the box. Garrett G as well, and another demolition on a Turnturo. There's so many demos here on offense. They'll get to another opportunity. Garrett's shot finally on target, but Turnturo will block it in front of the box. And Justin now to the outside. Taroko drops it down. Squishy will pick up control in the midfield. First Killer challenging him. Can Squishy dribble it past him? Goes for the fake. The change-up play. Tries to drop it underneath First Killer. And NRG has been on offense for so long, and it bounces off the post and out. I can't believe that. Squishy to give us one last chance. Justin's not there. First Killer clears it. Garrett G's got lots of space, but the pressure relief for a moment. Justin back to Garrett G. Garrett G slow on the pass reads this game.
Well, I think it's more of he was expecting a different pass from Justin. He thought it was going to come down a little further, and it's one way or the other. I don't think Garrett G was necessarily slow. He knew it was coming. It just took a different angle, and he couldn't make the play on it, so he decided to just let it go and opt to play another attempt instead of forcing something and being down 2 potentially.
Yeah, somewhere in the NRG ecosystem there is a kink in the pass system.
It's the execution that's really hurting him.
The fact that there's been this much pressure, still the box for a minute and a half, close to 2 minutes now, has been in the blue half of the field. And they have yet to score. And now here on the counterattack, First Killer tries to push it through on Justin. 3 players for NRG stacked up. Garrett G and Justin, a dual threat. Squishy comes in, Turnturo, able to get blocked. And now Justin passes, doesn't make contact. Garrett was ready for that one. And First Killer and Taroko push this down. Rogue looking for match point, 20 seconds away. Justin, long one, Garrett up for it. Reaches it to the post, to the crossbar, and still First Killer pinches it away. 10 seconds left. Justin needing to clear this one long. And he misses the second touch, keeps it trapped near. 4 seconds left. Bounce tie, Squishy into close on it. Garrett G's in position, but the clear from First Killer. Garrett G has to adjust. The clock has expired, and they're all facing the wrong direction. Squishy might be able to reach this depending on his boost situation, but Turnturo beats him to the corner. The demolition on Justin will pave the way. Rogue's gotten 3 games, 1 away from the regional championship.
What in the world were those First Killer clears?
Every one of them.
Like that second to last pinch. I mean, it was over his head, and he got a pinch facing the opposite direction from the ball in the crossbar. It went all the way back to the midfield. That totally killed everything. That was sick.
The amount of times we see this guy making touches where it's like, okay, first touch it should be just to stop the ball from becoming worse for your team. Second touch is to push it into your team's advantage, and he did one touch does both things. It's nuts how good he has been on defense. 5 saves for First Killer in that game, as well as the only goal that mattered. As we go into Game 6, Rogue, they win this game. They're regional champions for the winter split.
And again, you know, it really feels like NRG are just that close to being successful on some of those passes. They're right there for them. It's just I'm not surprised that neither team has had success with huge cross-field passes. Everyone's too quick in the air in this series for that to be effective, but it's those tight, short-range ones that are going to make the difference. Or, of course, if you make a mistake, but I wouldn't count on that with any of these people.
This game is the measure of success. Rogue probably has been able to keep the thought of this is a regional championship out of their mind up until now. It is inevitable that it is on every single one of their brains. Can they continue to play the best Rocket League of their career with this much pressure riding on their shoulders? Squishy off the wall, First Killer with a clear. Turo and Troco kind of backwards, but First Killer gets absolutely everything out of that ball. Turo to try and kill it on the wall, but Justin will read it. And now for the long field dribble. Into the middle, sets it up for Garrett. Just fires on net. This one on target, but First Killer's got the save. First Killer with a savior medal already, and we're only 46 seconds into the game. 1-0 NRG.
And it's that quick follow-up from Garrett G. Forces First Killer to make an awkward touch, and it happens so quick that it's Turo who has to react to First Killer's touch, and because it's not as predictable, it is a tough read to make without knowing exactly how First Killer can hit it. Turo misses. Squishy gets the follow-up off the trust as Turo tries to turn in a dribble. There's First Killer to get it right back. That's exactly what makes Rogue so good. Look at the command. Turo has the space, fakes out with the reset. It freezes Justin because he knows he can't afford to jump. And then he just beats 2 defenders as First Killer closes the door.
How much work you have to do to get Justin just enough, a pixel out of position. He nearly made that back down for that one, but no, First Killer places it perfectly. Turo's pass is immaculate, but bam, Rogue puts it through. Spaceman, you're welcome. Garrett G now out to Justin. And onto the backboard, Garrett G's there. They're tied up at 1 apiece. 3:30 left to go. Rogue's got their work cut out for him. NRG just trying to survive and make it to Game 7. Squishy chases this one down. Now Garrett G to the corner.
Oh, they hit each other.
Justin,
that needs to be in.
He puts it in! Oh, he takes a couple bounces off the woodwork, but NRG's got the lead back.
Wow, what a spawn. Look at Turo. He demos Garrett G, and he hits Turo on the respawn, and that's just so unlucky. I mean, if he gets that demo on Garrett G and he doesn't run into his teammate, he probably has time to recover there. But it gives Justin a free look, and even though only just, still inside.
Turo now back to the drawing board. Down by 1 with 3 left to go. Trying to win the whole thing in this game. Garrett G now sending the shot. What a bump. Squishy absolutely throws the doors open. 2-goal lead for NRG.
Walking right through the big opening indeed. Not the strongest touch, needed a little help. Turo out of position, all the pressure on the defense, and that's right when the demo game comes into play. The third man under pressure, thrown out, and open net for Garrett G.
First Kill is trying. Justin will continue to put the pressure on, and NRG with their backs against the wall, lighting up. This sort of pressure, every player familiar. Not only have all 3 of the players on NRG played in bracket resets, they've played in bracket resets in grand finals, Squishy winning one to end the streak of Dignitas in Season 6. First Killer with an attempt. Here's Squishy. Through the sky. A Turo will counter, but Justin's there. Turo picks it up quickly, and now Garrett G with a stop on the third man. Turo challenges him, gets the demolition, but Garrett G gets it away in time, and Squishy puts it over the top of him. Doesn't want to drop. And First Killer pops it off his hood, punts it to the sky. Garrett G will neutralize it. Gameplay slowing down just a little bit here in the midfield.
This is actually a very interesting scenario to find yourself if you're NRG. You're up by 2, but there's still well over 2 minutes left. And that's kind of this weird, uncanny valley of can you afford to step off the gas and play a little more secure? Because that's a lot of time to give Rogue pressure. And if anything, you know they can capitalize as look at Turnturo trying to get physical in the net. So it will be very interesting to see what NRG elect to try and do. I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to try and do that. Just punt the ball as much as they can.
Turnturo on his rotation out from looking for demos. Zoned out first killer's ability to jump for the ball and slow down the rotation of their team, as there are 2 minutes left in this game for them to get those 2 back, like you said, but still, you're going to want to take advantage of every opportunity you get, because it is scoring 2 goals on NRG, and that's not exactly the easiest thing to do. First, looking to have to fall behind this one. Perfect positioning to block anything Justin was coming at. Now Turnturo going to lose the challenge to Garrett. Garrett's got a full tank. He'll chase this and beats first killer as well. Still got enough boost to chase it again. Doesn't get the touch off the wall.
Oh, here we go.
Try. There's Turnturo through the sky. He's got behind the back line. Justin on the backboard has been so good. Here's first killer to drop.
Yeah.
Taroko, dual threat.
I love
it. Goes in. 1 goal left.
What is this gigantic, massive brain play from first killer to fake that and leave it for Taroko? What in the world are you supposed to do?
He got them both with it. Oh, what a big brain play. That is absolutely right. And they're down by 1 with a minute left to go. Plenty of time. Ages for a team playing as well as Rogue. Can they keep the momentum on their side? The goal's open. First killer goes for another fake. This one not as good. And Taroko.
Dunk. He wanted the block, expecting the clear to go across.
A little ambitious to think that Justin's going to put that all the way into you there.
But just in case.
Well, just in case, might as well try. First kill off the ceiling. He's got a flip reset, but no boost. Puts it on target. 2 goalies go for it. Can Taroko put it in? 1 shot. He's got 1 touch to make it. Double tap from Turnturo. Misses. First killer closes on it. Squishy gets it away. But first killer keeping it in midfield. Do his teammates pick up boost and turn it around. First killer keeps it neutral. And now Turnturo. Long one. First kill out of the corner. Leaps for it. Justin beats him. 30 seconds left. Follow up from Turnturo. Putting it high. And now Turnturo to turn on this one. First kill is there as well.
They are
so much pressure.
Yes, exactly. They are shoving so hard. And look at RGE try his best just to waste time off the clock with that dribble. He was never trying to pass it, never trying to score it. Just keep control and make him do something. In the air, can they do it?
Burning time here. 4 seconds left. First killer hits all. It's glued to the ground, and Squishy's going to keep it there. Actually, just pumps it to the net, force you to make a save. Blocks it off the side, goes for the kill, puts it into the ground. NRG force Game 7 in our first match. Can they force the bracket reset?
That was a tough one for NRG. Normally you feel pretty good with a 2-goal lead, but just as expected, a lot of brilliant ideas from Rogue. And what did we say? You must remain vigilant. And even still, Rogue were able to get through. That was such a... I love that fake from first killer. A lot of people, I'm sure, like, Achieves, he just missed the ball. Watch it again. He literally rolls his car backward to intentionally not hit it. Yep. It's so brilliant. I love that.
He sees both players go, and the game is as good. The goal is as good as one at that point. But like we said at the beginning, and like we've said for seasons upon seasons in RLCS, the measure of a team is how do they close out series. With Rogue, we heard it on the desk, Gibbs saying, I would love to talk about them as a top 4 team. And you might be like, well, you could do that. They're at least top 2 at this point. No, the way you prove it is by winning in this moment. You beat NRG here, you are one of the top 4 teams in North America. Without a question, you're in all those conversations from now and forever. The thing that has made NRG so excellent is that in moments like this, they will win, regardless of how well they're playing. Can they bracket reset it? We're about to find out as we go on to Champions Field. Justin and Garrett G, reigning, defending world champions, playing on this field.
Oh boy, might start off terribly.
Oh, no. What a favorable... Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That was wild. The post bounce, if only they had just chased it and believed, that would have been an early goal, but you don't
think
blame
he had
Rogue.
Boost to chase it.
Here they
Especially
are going slow play.
And that's good. I think that's one of Rogue's greatest bag of tricks. If you make NRG hesitate on defense, that's all good for you as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, Taroko has to leap for this one as Justin's crazy touch actually drops between the posts. Now first killer, slowing this down. Passive play from NRG, get to really pressure the goal, just going for the long touches into enemy territory. Garrett G alone in the blue right now. Squishy closes on this one. He's got Justin in tow. We'll look for a full press here. Garrett G getting demolition onto another, and he goes for the hound on the others as well.
He got it again.
Target. Oh my goodness, Garrett G cleared the entire defense out for this.
I'm pretty sure Squishy missed that first flip reset too, but you're right. He bought Squishy time to go back to that ball and get the flip reset off of the initial missed one, and that gave him enough power to score that. Wow.
In comms, Garrett's like, it doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to be between the posts. As long as it's on target, you will score, I promise. Just put it on target, bud. And Squishy does that. And NRG with an early lead. Can they hold it?
How do you miss a flip reset and then just be like, nah, I'm going for it again?
I really wanted it. Double tap from Justin. Oh my goodness. NRG lighting up in their home field.
Yeah, this is a beautiful shot. They catch Taroko one step too far, and that's tough. That's what we talked about at the start of the series, you know? If you get beat, it's all about that in-air challenge. Can you at least force Justin off the ball if you're the second one to it? In that instance, could not. He got it around and was able to squeeze that one in between and right into the corner.
First kill in front of the box. Turntro looks for the shot, but Garrett's got the clear, and Justin now on the transition. Gets it past one defender. It was the last player, but he can't put it on target without touch. He needs help. Squishy tries to close the gap, but Turntro, with 2 excellent touches, uses all of his boost, completely dismantles that offensive push, and keeps his team in it. Only down by 2, 3.5 minutes to go. Plenty of time. They got to get it onto the offensive half right now, having to just play the best defense of their lives.
Same scenario if you're NRG. This is one of the rare instances where you still don't feel very good at 2-0 up. There is a lot of Rocket League left here in Game 7, and Squishy can put a nail in it, or at least the first one. This is a pretty good lead. 3 goals with 3 minutes, and what a shot from Squishy. Just blasted that into the top left.
Putting it away, and here's the thing. We talked about nerves. We've talked about the pressure of understanding I'm on match point, and if I win this game, I win the regional, and the threat of the bracket reset hanging on the side, and the 3 games you've won so far not mattering. Rogue has missed on 2 of these goals, things that clears that they would always have made, blocks that they would have never missed in the first 4 games. That pressure starting to mount. They have to dig deep and find a way around it. The shot just a bit high, was going to need some help anyways, but Justin gets the clear as we approach halftime.
Now, there is one thing going in Rogue's favor here. One is that demo that really
nice.
Throw a wrench into that NRG defense. The other thing is I actually really like their shot placement. It is consistently forcing 2 people of NRG to dive because they're hitting the ball strong and with great placement. And anytime you get double commits out, that's another opportunity potentially as First Killer finds a little bump, or at least was trying to in the midfield, but you got to find something right about now if you're in a Rogue. You need a little more time.
Oh, bump onto Justin, but he regrounds himself, and he and Squishy now kind of on top of each other in sync. Garrett's going to have to play defense all by himself and just stays on the ground as First Kill is there first. Looks for the shot, and puts it now off the crossbar and out. The inaccuracy hurts him. The first goal, they needed that one. 2 minutes left and still nothing on the board for Rogue.
Squishy gave that ball a kiss. I don't know if it actually changed the direction of it, but if it did, then he deserves that save. But First Killer, he was on a tight window of success there. Hard power slide with the ball bouncing off the ceiling and a very small window to actually get the play off, and he was so close.
Taroko into First Killer, trying to put it on target. Squishy's got an open net in front of him, but doesn't just blast it to the goal. Couldn't get his car behind the ball enough. It's too much underneath, and now Squishy to the corner. Now, we've said this before, Squishy, a few years back, really was the first player, and he on Cloud9 started the idea of, well, we got a lead, let's just keep the ball up here on the wall away from them and force them to come into a really awkward spot to try and take it away from us. He's the king of burning time. And right now, burning time is such, you wouldn't think that with this much time left on the clock, burning time would be the play, but with a 3-goal lead, absolutely. And now looking for a goal as well. RGE on the side. First Killer driving backwards on the wall, looking for a pass out.
Great pass.
Taroko to take over, but gives a demolition on a Squishy.
That's
this
a
one
goal.
bounces towards the goal, and Justin's there.
Missed
Just
it.
drops it to Garrett. He ran out of boost, so he couldn't quite get the shot. But at this point, the pressure is as good as winning. And bracket reset hanging, starting to glimmer on the horizon. Squishy falls back, just lots of space, puts it on target. Trento's got to make the save, and man, NRG's accuracy has ramped up as this series went on.
Yeah, no, it's definitely just smash the ball as hard as you can mode, one way or the other. Doesn't really matter what happens. And indeed, no!
It didn't go in.
He was trying to make it look extra pretty, ended up saving it.
First Kill is trying with 14 seconds left, though. This one is not going to Rogue. We went 7 games in the first match, but let's re-rack, rewind, reload, and go for round 2. We're going to the bracket reset. NRG with all the momentum, looking for another regional victory. First Frisco going to try and get one for the road, but it's not going to happen here. Well, maybe. Taroko does put one in. All right, cool. They got a little bit of momentum back their way. We'll see if it matters in game 1 of match 2.
Well, Wave, you look like an absolute genius. You said as the series goes on, Rogue, the doubt will start to creep in, and it is there in full force. NRG run the table in Game 7, 3-0, looking spicy with a couple of great shots, a lot of wonderful pressure, strong defense, and starting to turn around that shot differential a little bit, at least to equal. Early on, I mean, Rogue was consistently out-pressuring them, so NRG, like you said, turning up. They got better, and they end up taking the first set.
I don't even know that it comes down to NRG really being that much better in this game 7. The goals they were scoring, that first goal from Justin, I feel like on any of the other games, in games 1 through 4, Rogue blocks at 100% of the time, but they were slightly more hesitant here in this game, and that game was just the opening NRG needed. What a match. And now, man, Rogue has got, the thing is like the first 4 games are free as far as mental. Now you're in the bracket reset. That thought is in the back of their mind the entire time. We could have beaten them. We were 1 game away, and now we have to win 3 more to get that opportunity again. That's going to be a hard monkey to shake. If they can do it, though, Rogue are absolutely the best team in North America right now.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to see how it pans out. But this was an excellent. If that whole first series was the appetizer, I am very much looking forward to the second one.
Me too. Let's go. All right. Well, we're not going to go quite yet. We're going to take a quick break. Let the players, step away from the computers, breathe for a second. We'll be right back with the second match of the grand finals.